Hello friends, welcome back to another cozy hobby vlog. It's summer in the southern hemisphere and the raspberry bushes have blossomed into abundance. As we transition to a new year, I find myself slowing down and enjoying the cozy moments. Cups of coffee, bowls of raspberries, and very chunky fantasy novels. So I am currently reading The Will of the Many. I am up to chapter 21. It's good at the moment, but it's been a little slow so far. I did read up to probably around chapter 17 some months back, but I put this book down because I just couldn't get into it. But I really want to try getting into it again because my friend says that it gets better when he gets to the school. So I'm going to give it a go, but first, to get me in the reading mood, I think I'm actually going to play Tiny Bookshop. Tiny Bookshop is one of the cutest cozy games I've played in 2025. In the game, you run a small traveling bookshop. At the beginning of each day, you can buy books from the newspaper and select from a variety of locations to set up shop. Each location has different genres that sell the best, and you can see them in your journal. Once you pick a location to sell at, you can stock your shop with the books in your inventory. Throughout the day, customers will come and visit, and we'll have to help them choose which books to buy. I'm training my brain to give me something academic. I like niche books for the most part, and I'm not put off by dry books. Okay, academic, The Origins of Species. It's academic. Yay. But some are a lot more obvious than others. You there, hand me the most prestigious book you have. Also, I want something with a romance plotline. A collection of poems is one of my all-time favorites. Please assist me with my search. So you want prestigious romance. Right. Let's do it. Now that it's time to close up for the day, we can see in tomorrow's paper exactly how much we managed to sell. So we made $144. I need some romances. And then we'll go with the used book collection. Good. And I think we're good. We have new design stuff. You are also able to customize the inside and outside of your tiny bookshop. You'll collect items during your travels through each location and also buying them in the paper in the morning. I really enjoy this cozy little game and it always makes me feel like reading. A little garden update. So this is the grapevine. It's coming along really well. It will die back in autumn. This is our little marigold that's kind of almost turned into a bush. Our neighbour last week decided that he was going to water his lawn all day, every day for a week. So the marigold really enjoyed that, but it has killed our tomato plant over here, unfortunately. I think it must have had too much water and then just rotted down the bottom. But yeah, neighbour had no way of knowing that. These tomatoes are a little bit better. We're still getting heaps of strawberries, but of course we've had to cover them from the birds. The peas have also started to come along, which is good. We have peas. They're a great wee snack. Yay. Now that I've finally sat back down with the will of the many, I can confirm my friend was correct. It gets a lot better when our main character reaches his school. The will of the many follows Viz. Hiding his past and a plethora of secrets, he's enlisted by a powerful member of the hierarchy, which is his enemy, to attend an elite school and investigate the mystery of some very peculiar deaths. One of my dear friends, Catherine, runs a wonderful blog, and over the summer she is publishing a series of short stories on it. She's given me the opportunity to read some before they publish. Catherine and I have been writing partners for around 7 years. Over that time, I have read some great projects of hers, and she's been kind enough to read some of mine. We both share a love of cozy healing fiction, which is why I am extra excited for this one. Last year, I finished writing a story I poured my heart and soul into. This year, it's my goal to write 2 more. I always find it hard to start writing again, especially when I loved my previous project so much. But at some point, you just have to begin. I'll be doing a separate series of vlogs on writing this project. But let's start here anyway. My last project was a very dark academia novel. This is a much lighter, romantic fantasy adventure. It is quite the genre gear shift, if you ask me, but I'm very excited to be enjoying these characters and the beginning of this new story. One of the most important parts of writing is reading, and I have found myself the best reading buddy. This is not my cat. She belongs to one of my neighbors, but she has taken to poking her head and the rest of her body inside my house whenever I leave the windows or the doors open. And who am I to tell her that she cannot curl up on my couch and snooze whilst I read my book? one of my favorite parts about summer is the abundance of strawberries and the ability to make chocolate-coated strawberries whenever I want. These would have to be my absolute favorite food. And I know I'm not alone in this. If you ever find yourself in Australia or New Zealand, definitely make sure you try Whittaker's chocolate. So I just finished The Will of the Many. I really enjoyed this book. At first, I found it difficult to connect with our main character enough to really care about what was going wrong in his life. But once he reached school, I couldn't put the book down. She was a chunky novel, but it took me maybe 2-3 days to get through. Overall, it was an extremely entertaining read, and I'll definitely be continuing with this series. I know the second book recently came out, and the third book has been announced. Now it's time to check on Catherine's publication. If you would like to read these cozy healing fiction stories, which are part of her series called Summer at the Creative Chaos Collective, they are now available on her blog, and she's posting a new one every fortnight throughout summer. I've left the link in the description box below. Once again, thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a very cozy week.